All right. What's up, YouTube? I know it's been a little while. Maybe like a whole month since we last did one of these, and we kind of said we'd do it every few days, but winter hit. Winter hit hard. With the holidays and all that jazz, plus I got decently sick over the past few weeks. I was just not feeling like doing pretty much anything unless I had to. So sadly, the Zero to Heroes got pushed to the wayside a little bit, but we are here to correct that today, and we are hopefully back on our path to glorious Pokemon championshipness. Anyways, so I guess let's just dive into it. We have our Notion up and running. Today's date is the 10th. So let's go ahead and put that here. Okay, maybe it'll auto do it. And the topic for today is it's been a while. So during our absence, I have definitely learned a whole lot more about the Pokemons. And so let's look at what is going on in the past first. What do I even want the past to be? If we look at our previous one, our past was we had our first team. It was decent. We talked about what our first team was. So what has happened in the last month is what this past section is all about. And that's a lot. So let's see. We've made a lot of teams. Made many teams. Maybe like 5 actually. Some were okay. Some yeah, they were generally okay. And they helped me, learn about team building and learning kind of what mons are good and where and why and how you want to spread resistances. And so, I mean, it's a whole lot of learning stuff. Other than making teams, we played on the ladder. We ended series 1. Something terrible like Master Ball, like 50,000. Ended series rank around 50,000. So like we were doing pretty good. We were getting up to like the 20,000, quote unquote good. But then our final team we made, I thought was gonna be really good. And maybe we can pull it up here. Let me try. Do one of these and one of these. Yeah, so that's gonna be our future next team. So the team that we thought was going to be pretty quite good was this one. And it's got, we started to do rain teams. I'm enjoying the rain teams. I'm still enjoying the rain teams. But we have the Double Dragons, the Cloudsire. I thought the Cloudsire was going to be pretty good for being a bulky, supporty, tanky kind of mon. Turns out he just doesn't have enough stats really to do anything ever. We had Pelipper with the wide guard. We ended up with quick attack for like killing Mousegarados, Focus Sash and stuff, which was middling decency. And then we have Surf Hurricane, Murkrow, pretty standard. Magnezone, we wanted to get those big, kind of like damaging moves off of the Magnezone. But it just like it didn't work ever at all. And it was really confusing. Like I didn't really know why it didn't work very well. But we've kind of scrapped that for the time being, and we've moved on. We'll talk about our future team in the future. There's a little sneak peek there. So what else happened in the past? We just finished watching the regionals. Watched what were they? San Diego regionals. We definitely got a lot of inspiration there for our future team. We learned a lot of stuff. We learned about kind of like what the meta is, how to counter dozo effectively, and just like learned a lot of meta info. dozo. And got inspired for like some teams. Team inspiration. And my future team is actually quite close to the winners team with a few different changes of Mons, which I thought was, pretty cool because I was kind of crafting the team throughout the entire regionals. And then we settled with this final team, and it's very similar to what won the regionals. So I'm feeling pretty good for it, and I'm excited to try it out. But again, we'll get to that in the future section. Let's see. Maybe that's all. In the past, we worked on learning our type charts, and I would say we're much better at our type charts than we were last month. So that's really good. We need to continue working on our type charts. But that's a slow process, but eventually we'll just know everything down pat. If we look to the future, okay, last notes have nothing really exciting in the future. But let's go on to the present. So the present is make newest team and climb series 2 ladder. I mean, that's pretty much the only thing on our present mind. We're just going to be grinding out that, learn more type charts. And I think maybe that's more of a future thing. So, I mean, that's pretty much the only thing in the present that we need to really worry about. In the future, we have, well, I guess let's talk about our newest team now in the present. I'm going to go ahead and call this a present team. So here we are with our present team. We have we have the dual dragons, because actually, so I started out this particular iteration of the team with like Pelipper. I think Pelipper is really great. I think he's great. I think he's got the best weather options. I think he's got decent moves. I think he helps really support the rest of the team really well. So we started kind of with like Pelipper and Tauros Water Edition. So we got a pretty standard Pelipper here. We got Hydro Pump, Hurricane, Wide Guard, Tailwind with some Focus Sash. And then our Paldean Tauros is, we chose the Mirror Herb. We saw that get used in the regional, and I do actually like it as an option. You can like intimidate Defiant Pokemon like Kingambit, and then they get the Defiant boost, so they're +1 with the Intimidate, but then you get the Mirror Herb, so you're +2. And you're also fast and good against Kingambit, so I do really like that option. And then here we've opted to go for the Close Combat, Raging Bull, Protect, and Earthquake. So let's talk about Earthquake, because it was a little bit of a late addition to the team. We ended up going with Pelipper Hydreigon, and then I'm like, okay, that's 2 flying Mons, right? That's pretty good. It would be nice to be able to pair that with an Earthquake. So we were really debating on like what dragons we wanted. I really did want Baxcalibur to be on the team, but we ended up settling on the Hydreigon because that's also going to be good against Dondozo. And then the Garchomp pairs quite well with the Hydreigon Pelipper. They pose that flying. Or flying and levitate, so we can have the Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Swords Dance, Protect, a very standard Garchomp. We did opt for the Lumberry, which is a little non-standard on the Garchomp, but I think it's a great choice. Helps us with Amoonguss and whatnot. And then that's also why our Paldean Tauros has the Earthquake, and so it's just got better options to go into there. And then rounding things out, we have our final 2 slots. We had opted finally for the Gholdengo. So I think it's a pretty solid choice there. It's got the choice specs, and then he's got a nice selection of Make It Rain, Thunder, Shadow Ball, and Dazzling Gleam. We opted for the Pure Thunder because, again, we are a rain team, and that's one of the benefits. We could go with these less accurate moves under the water. But also, like, the Pelipper Gholdengo is just a budget Kyogre Zacian, you know? No, it's good stuff. Because you get rid of your fire resistance or weakness with the Gholdengo, and it just pairs really well. Like steel types in the rain, delicious. And then our last one, we had quite a debate. Our main probably competitor was Kingambit, but I decided I didn't want the Kingambit. I opted for the Mimikyu, and we opted for a Life Orb, Murderous Mimikyu. He's got Shadow Sneak, Play Rough, Will-O-Wisp, and Protect. Because I just think that Pocket Will-O-Wisp will definitely come in handy in various situations. Will-O-Wisp is a really good move. And that's kind of the present team. I'm thinking it's going to be really good. At least that's the hope. And we're going to climb the Series 2 ladder, at least the start of it, with that team. Moving on to the future, we are competing. So I'm looking for regionals to go to or online events. I need to start actually looking into online events. I mean, the main thing is just to get better. We need to get better, and we can do that on ladder. So we just need to really grind the ladder. Grind ladder to get better. We need to learn everything and memorize everything. Mostly memorize everything. And then also learn. Pokemon's an incredibly complex and hard game. Because we just need to know how everything works. And be able to understand tempos, offenses, defenses, when, where, all that good stuff. So grinding the ladder, just getting a lot of games under our belts to get better. We need to look into virtual tourneys. And then finally, regionals. We looked at the regional list of where they're at. Portland, we're definitely going to. That's very close. Going to Portland Regional, and looking for others to go to. I do know that I'm not going to go to the Vancouver Regional, Vancouver, BC, just because I have other scheduled activities at that time. But that's pretty much it for this Zero to Hero. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. We will hopefully get another one of these up next week, in a few days. We'll see. I do want to do them a lot more regularly, but this is what we got for now. And until next time, which will hopefully be soon, play Pokemon and kick ass.